Okay, we completed this part. Okay, all the 12 questions it is completed. So one point it is pending. Okay, if the relationship is inactive, how we can do the operations? What is this one? Okay, let's see. Okay, so whenever the relationship is inactive, we cannot do any operations, right? So whenever the relationship is inactive, we cannot do any operations. But after so inactive in the in an inactive relationship also we can do all the operations. Okay, so let's see how we can do this one. Suppose for example in in between these two relationship is inactive. If the relationship is inactive means we cannot do any operations. But directly there is no we cannot do any operation. Indirectly we can do that one. How we can do indirectly means there is a function called user relationship function. What is that function? User relationship function. Okay, so user user relationship function. Okay, so in the user relationship function, you have to call the column names then automatically. So here in this particular in between these two tables like many one and many two tables, the relationship is inactive. Whenever the relationship is inactive, so see here how I'm doing the operation. Many one, many two, right? So user relationship function. So what I'm doing is calculate. Okay, of first I will complete what I need to write it, and after that we need to discuss it. Okay, anyone id user relationship. Okay, so in user relationship, what are the common columns you are passed there? With what common columns your the relationship is inactive? Those common columns you need to write it here. Okay, that means many one id, comma many two id. That's it. Or that means so whatever the so in between this many one and many two table, okay, whatever common columns are there, actually with that common columns when we provide a relationship between the data sets in the model, the relationship is inactive. So you want to make the relationship as active and do the operation. If you want to do like that, first you have to, by using user relationship function, you have to make the relationship as active, and after that I need to calculate the sum of sales. Sum of many one in many one column. Okay, in many one data set id column is there, right? That I need to calculate the sum. Okay, so for that what I'm doing here, user relationship function. Okay, so directly if whatever inactive relationship is there, that we cannot make it as active relationship directly. Okay, indirectly you have to use a function called user relationship function, and you have to use a user relationship function. In that user relationship function, what common columns are there? Those common columns you need to pass it there itself. There you need to pass it there itself. After passing that, you have to calculate. So anything you can calculate, sum, average, minimum value, maximum value, count listing, anything you can perform it here itself. Understand clearly? This is how you can do it. Okay, so see here, whenever you take that particular user relationship function, user, see here, in that 15 is the value. Let's see what is the 15, whether it is 15 value is correct or not. See here. Okay, 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 4 10 plus 5 15. That is the value here it is showing. Understand clearly or not? So if the relationship is inactive, so directly we cannot make the relationship is active. Okay, then we have to use a function called user relationship function. In the user relationship function, so most of the times you have to call it in the calculate function itself. In the calculate what operation you want to perform it, you have to call that particular operation here itself, and after that comma you have to implement a user relationship function. What is that? User relationship function. In the user relationship function, what you need to pass in between these two data set, with what common columns you are providing a relationship, those columns you need to call it here itself. Okay, so with id common column you are providing a relationship, right? Those common columns you need to pass it here. Once you pass the common columns here, then automatically with that common columns, it will make the relationship as active and do the calculation of sum. Understand clearly? So I have a doubt here. Whenever I use a user relationship function, does this relationship is active? No, it is inactive only. But in the backend, it will make the relationship is active and do this operation. For this operation only, the relationship is active in the backend itself. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear?
Yes, Vijay, clear.
Okay. So this is about all the model topics. So this is about all the model topics and everything. So once this model topic is completed, then what we need to discuss means, see, this model part is completed. Okay. So another thing is, yeah. So up to this part we discuss it, right? Up to transform data in home tab, up to transform data only we discuss it. Remaining options we didn't discuss it. So remaining options we need to discuss it. Okay, like next option is refresh. What is refresh will do? That means refresh means refresh. First of all, what is the definition for refresh? Refresh is nothing but reloading the data. What is that? Reloading the data. Refresh is nothing but reloading the data. That means, so what data sources are there? Okay, what data sets are available here? All the data sets, it will reload it from the particular data sources itself. Understand from where it is getting? One second. Okay, that means from where that particular data from where that particular data set is getting, again it will load that particular data source again, and again it will load the data into the Power BI. Okay, so for that you have to click on refresh option. Refresh means reloading. That means here whatever the data sets are available, all the data sets getting reloaded again. Okay, that means suppose address column is getting from another some particular data source. Again, from that particular data source itself, okay, from that particular data source itself, again the data, whatever the table is there, that table reload it again. Okay, understand? So for that, you have to, if you want to refresh any particular data set, means you have to click on refresh. Okay, refresh means reloading. Understand? So refresh means reloading. That means if you click on this refresh option in on the top, when you go to the model also, okay, when you go to the model, you will see a refresh option. When you go to the model also, you will see a refresh option. When you go to the report tab also, you will see a refresh option. Okay, if you click on this refresh option, what will happen? Whatever the data set under the fields, what are all the data sets are available, all the data sets getting refreshed again. Okay, that means all these data set from which data source it is getting, all the data sets again it will load the data. Okay, if you want to reload the data again, okay, if you want to load the data again, then you have to use refresh. Whenever you click on this refresh, under the fields, whatever the data sets are available, all the data sets getting refreshed. Okay, if you want to, Vijay, I don't want to refresh all the data set, I want to refresh only particular data set. Okay, if you want to refresh a single data set, then on under the fields, which data set you want to refresh it, on the data set, you have to right click on that particular data set. You will see an option called refresh data. You will see an option called refresh data. Whenever you click on refresh data, what will happen? Only that particular data set getting refreshed. Only that particular data set getting refreshed. Understand clearly or not? Okay, so if you want to refresh all the data sets, whatever data sets are available under fields, if you want to refresh all the data sets, you have to use an option, this refresh option. If you want to refresh individually, then then on that particular data set, right click on the data set, you will see an option called refresh data. Understand? This is how you can refresh. Another way of refreshing the dataset is also available. How you can do that one means, go to the model. Under the model, okay, first you have to go to the model. Okay, under the model, there is a fields option is there, right? Here, if you suppose, for example, here I want to re I want to refresh a few particular data sets. That means only particular data sets I want to refresh. Then what you need to do is, you need to come to the model. Under the fields, whichever data sets you want to refresh it, first you have to select by using control plus click. By using control plus click, you can select multiple tables. Okay, so like this, see here, by using control plus click, whatever tables you want to select it, whatever tables you want to refresh it, those tables, by using control plus click, you can select those tables. Okay, and right click on the data set, you will see an option called refresh data. Right click on that particular data sets itself, you will see an option called refresh. Only those three data sets getting refreshed. Only those three data sets getting refreshed. Understand? So whenever you click on this refresh, all the data sets getting refreshed once a data. If you want to refresh individually, then you have to right click on that particular data set. You will see a refresh data option. If you want to refresh the few of the data set or particular data sets you want to refresh it, then you have to come to the model, and whichever data sets you want to refresh it, you have to select those data sets, like by using control plus click, like this. By using control plus click, you can select the data sets and right click on the data set. So you will see an option called refresh data. Okay. Whenever you right click on the data set, you will see an option called refresh data. Then only those particular data sets getting refreshed. Only that particular data set getting refreshed. Understand clearly? This these are the ways to refresh a particular data sets. Understand? Either you can refresh individually, or multiple data sets also we can refresh it, or else we can refresh the, okay, all the data sets once at a time. Okay, individual one after the other also we can refresh it. Whichever option is comfortable to you, you can use that option. Is it clear or not?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, so now you understand what is refresh. These are the ways to refresh it. Okay, which are, this is very important. Okay, so individual refresh, all the datasets refresh option, you have to know it. Okay, selecting particular data sets also you can refresh it like that. Understand? Next option is new visual. Okay, when you click on new visual, what will happen when you click on new visual? Okay, the by default the stacked column chart will be enabled. This party, whenever you click on new visual, by default in the default visual the stacked column chart is enabled. Vijay, can't we change it this visual to another visual? No. Always whenever you click on new visual, always it is selected a stacked column chart only. Understand? Stacked stacked column chart only it is enabled. Understand? Next one is, so don't worry about this one, this stacked column chart, how it will works and everything. When we are discussing about the visualization concept, we will discuss it. Next one is text box. Text box means, see, if you want to enter any value here in the text box only, you can enter it. Okay, so anything you can type it. If you want to increase the size means, you can increase it like this. Okay, and you can change anything here itself. Understand? In the text box, what will happen here, it is you need to enter any value. So in real time, most of the times we need to use for, okay, title, putting a title into that particular page. If you want to put any title in the text box only, you can put it. Understand? In the text box only you can put it. Understand? So by taking a text box, if you want to put any title, and in this text box itself, just you have to type whatever you want it, and select all the text itself once at a time. If you want to increase anything means, here itself you can increase the size of the if here itself you can change the font of that particular value and everything. Understand clearly? Is it clear or not?
Yes, Vijay. Yes, Vijay. Clear.
Okay, if you want to put the title, okay, if you want to give the color of the title, and see here, suppose for example I'm giving this one. Okay, then it is, see here, in the orange color it will shows it. Okay, so whenever you select this particular text, this window will open it. Okay, if you want to give it in the bold color or italic or underline or anything. Okay, if you want to put the alignment of the text in the left side, middle, in the center, on the right side, if you want to put it, you can put it. Understand clearly? Next one is, see, in the text box itself, you can give the linked reports. We can enable the linked reports in the text box only. This is very important point. We can enable the linked reports in the text box only. Let's see practical. Suppose go to Google. I am typing like this. Okay. So in the text box itself, not only giving the title names, sometimes we are giving a title name, sometimes we need to enable the linked reports in the text box. What is linked reports? I didn't understand. That means, so in the specified text itself, you need to give the hyperlink to that one. Okay, suppose for example, this is the complete text itself, right? In the in a particular text itself, suppose in this okay, in this particular text itself, I want to enable some hyperlink here itself. So whenever you click on that hyperlink, it will go to that particular site itself. That means in that hyperlink, what URL you are given, it will go to that particular URL. Let's see practical. Okay, suppose if you want to enable the hyperlink, that means enable the hyperlink means on which text you want to enable the hyperlink. That text first you have to select it. After selecting that, so suppose for example, when I click on this particular text itself, then it will go to the redirect to the Google page itself. For that, first you have to copy the URL for Google. Okay. Okay, this is the URL, right? So this URL you have to copy from here, and on which text itself you have to link that particular URL, that text you have to select it. Okay, so after selecting that, you will see an option called insert link. What is that? Insert link. Whenever you click on this one here itself, what you have to, so whatever URL you copied there, you have to paste it here itself. You have to paste it here in the insert link itself. Click on done. Once you, so what you need to do, select that particular text, click on this option. Okay, and here itself what URL it is there, that URL you need to paste it here. Then see here, the you, that means the hyperlink is generated for the text itself. So whenever you click on this particular text itself, then automatically it will redirect to that particular site itself. So let's see practically. Whenever, if I'm trying to click on this one, see nothing will happen here. But Vijay, you are saying whenever you click on this particular link itself, it will redirect to the particular site itself. But here it is not happening anything here. Then what I need to do means, in Power BI desktop, that the linked reports are not enabled. In Power BI desktop, the linked reports, if you enable the Power BI, if you enable the linked reports also, that it is not enabled in Power BI desktop. But once you published into the service, these linked reports will work properly. Let's see practically. Click on publish it to give the click on continue. and here I'm typing in this particular workspace itself. Okay. Now the report is published into the Power BI service itself. Now the report is published into Power BI service itself. Okay. Once you publish into the Power BI service itself, you have to go to that particular place itself, like app.powerbi.com. What report it is there, in which workspace it is, ABCD. In that, what report it is, batch 27, right? Yeah, this is the report, right? Click on. When you click on this one, when you mouse over to that particular link itself, see now it is enabled the linked reports. Click on this one in another browser itself, it will be the linked reports are. That means, so first of all, you can enable the linked reports in the text box itself. Okay, so in the text box itself, not only giving the title name. So most of the times in real time, we need to give that for title names only. We have to use this text box. Okay, sometimes sometimes we need to enable the linked reports also. If you want to enable the linked reports means, so first you have to select the part of the string in that particular text box. Inside the text box itself, you have to select a part of the string, or else you can select all the thing, all the strings itself. And after selecting that, okay, first you need to go to the Google, and which URL you have to put it here, that URL you have to copy it from that location, and here we select the part itself. Okay, after selecting a part itself, immediately this window will open. Okay, this particular one here itself, you have to click on insert link. Okay, whenever you click on insert link itself, in this particular text box itself, you have to give that particular URL. That URL and click on done. Then automatically the linked report is enabled. Once the linked report is enabled, the linked reports cannot work in the Power BI desktop. You have to publish into the Power BI service. From there, these linked reports it will work. Understand clearly? Any doubts in this one?
Yes, yes, will be clear.
Okay. Next one is see here, there is a two options are more visuals option is there. In this more visual, from app source, from my files is there, right? These two options are using to get the custom visuals. These two options are using to get the custom visuals. For getting a custom visuals only, we have to use these two options. Understand? We have to use these two options. Okay, so whichever option is required, you have to use these two options. Okay, so for getting a custom visuals, you know, right? For getting a custom visuals, what you will do, you need to use either get more visuals or import a visual from file. Get more visuals is nothing but it will directly go to the market store. From there, from there you need to get that particular custom visual, right? So here in more visuals, when you click on from app source, it is acts like a get more visuals. The naming is different, that's it. Okay, naming is different. There get more visuals option is there. Here you will see an option called from app source. Okay, next one is from my files. Okay, next one is from my files. From my files means, so import here also there is another option to get the custom visuals, right? Import a visual from file option is there, right? So what is this import a visual from file will do? That means first you need to download the custom visual into local system. From there you have to import, right? Okay, so same like that. Here also there is an option called from my files. When you click on from my files, it is acts like a import a visual from file option. Import a visual from file option. Okay, by using you can get whatever custom visuals you downloaded. If you want to get the custom visuals, you have to use this is the another option. We already discussed all these options, right? Get more visual, import a visual. So here just the naming is different here. From app source is nothing but a get more visual. From my files is nothing but a import a visual from file itself. Understand? Next option is new measure. You already know, right? New measure and everything. So in the last class itself, we need to discuss about the publish option. What publish option will do, how it will works and everything that we can discuss later. Okay. Next one is insert tab. Okay. Next next tab is insert. Okay. In insert ribbon, in insert ribbon, the first option we have to see like there are two options will well, in the first option new page. You know, right, how we can create a new page, how we can delete a page, how we can rename a page, how we can hide a page, everything that we discussed it, right? So the another option is also there for creating a new pages. Okay, in insert tab, when you create a new page, see here the new page it will the if you want to create a blank page, click on the blank page, then blank page is created. See here the page. But we already discussed it, right? How we can create a new page by clicking on this plus button, we can create a new page, right? And duplicate a page means the same copy of the page is created. Okay, the same copy of the page is created. Understand? So in insert tab itself, okay, if you want to create a duplicate page means you know, right, how we can create a duplicate page. Here itself you can do it, right? Duplicate page. Okay, the same option here also it is available. Whichever option is comfortable to you, you can use them. Okay. Next one is new visuals. These two options is available in the home tab itself, right? New visual and more visual. Okay. Next one is Q and A visual. What is Q and A visual? Question and answer visual. Here it is. So all these visuals, okay, whatever visuals are available here, these visuals we can call it as AI visuals, means artificial intelligent visuals. Artificial intelligent visual. In that, the first option is Q&A visual. What is Q&A visual will do? That means in this Q&A visual, see here, there is a text box is there here. If you type any particular question, automatically, whenever you type any question here, then automatically visual is generated. Suppose financial health. See here, when I type like summarize total sales, each country wise total sales, then not see in this particular Q&A visual, whatever question you type it automatically, the visual is generated. Whatever visual is there, that visual automatically it will generate. Suppose I want to see the card visual, total sales. Summarize total sales option. See here, it is acts like a card. Okay, if I'm typing like when you type like this, these related. See here, this is a, what is this? A stacked bar chart is displaying. That means in this Q&A visual, in the text box, whatever question you type it, automatically visual is generated. Understand? So, but there is a drawback in Q&A visual is you cannot change the logic of that particular one. That's the reason most of the times in real time we didn't use any Q&A visual. But in interview question, they will ask what is Q&A visual. Understand? Q&A visual is nothing but just whatever question you type it in the text box, then automatically visual is generated. Okay. Next one is key influencer. This is not required. Okay. Key influencer is not required because it is a licensed version. So we don't want to use key influencer. Next one is decomposition tree. Whenever you take the decomposition tree here, okay, see here, I'm taking, okay, so here there is an, see, whenever I'm taking a decomposition tree visual, here there are different fields are there, right? Analyze, explained by, okay, there are different fields are there. In all the fields, in analyze, what you need to put is whatever the numeric column or whatever the decimal related column, those you need to put it in the analyze option. In analyze field itself, you have to put whatever the numeric or decimal column is there, those columns only you can put it in this one. Suppose I am putting a sales. Sales is a numeric or decimal related column, right? That's the reason I'm just putting drag and drop that sales column into analyze. In the explained by, I'm putting like a country column. In explained by itself, most of the times you have to put the character values. Okay, any number of related n number of columns you can drag and drop in the explained by. Okay, that means in the explained by, one column is from country column, another one is product column also I am drag and drop here. Okay, suppose I drag and drop the two columns, then what will happen? What will happen here? It is in the first level, you will see the total sales of that particular one. In the first level, you will see the total sales. When you click on this plus button, okay, there is a, you will see the overall sales of all the sales. You can see it here. Okay, in this bar itself, there is a plus button, right? Okay, click on the plus button. You will see, okay, in the explained by, what columns you put it there, those columns you can see it here. Suppose if I'm, when you click on the plus button, click on country. When you click on country, these total sales will be distributed by country wise. What is that? By country wise, these sales are distributed. Understand? That means the United States of America. There, that means here 11 million is there, right? That means 118 million. 118 million is there. This 118 million is distributed on the for all the countries. Okay, understand? That means suppose for example, under this particular country, I want to see the products. Then what you need to do? Click on that particular plus button on that particular country itself. When you click on product it, okay, this all the products sales you can see it based on this particular country itself. Based on this particular country itself, you will see all the product sales. Understand? If you click on this Canada plus button, then this Canada related total sales will be distributed for all the productivity. Understand clearly or not?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes, Vijay. Okay, this is how. So how many number of columns you are putting there itself? Those many number of columns you will see in a hierarchical model. Okay, suppose if I want to close this particular one, okay, then on the top you will see the remove level option is there, right? Click on this one, that particular. If I want to remove this particular country, also click on this one, then it will be removed. So first I want to see product level, then see, click on this one, you will see the product level. Okay, so under this, what level you want to see the countries, and see, click on another one is country. So for this particular VTT, what are all the countries related sales is that it will shows here. Understand clearly? Any doubts in this one?
Yes,
Yes.
clearly.
Okay, this is how the decomposition tree option will happens. Next one is smart narrative. Okay, this option is not required. Okay, next one is paginated report. These are the different different tools. Okay, how the Power BI is the one tool, right? Same like that, Power Apps, Power Automate, and paginated reports. These are the different these are the different tools itself. Okay, so you have to know this one. Okay, future will goes on all uh, these tools only. Okay, next future will comes with the Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI. Okay, as in, if you know Power BI completely, these tools are very easy to handle it. Okay, because the same functions are available there also, so that's the reason. Okay, but so that's the reason better to learn properly Power BI. Then remaining tools are very easy. Okay, so that means these, along with this Power BI, if you learn these tools, all these four we can call it as Power Platform. What is that? Power Platform we can call. That means Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, and these three we can call it as Power Platform. Okay, so this is the Power Platform. With this Power Platform, we can develop it easily. So by using this Power Apps, we can create a multiple apps without creating a single line of coding. Okay, and if it is a Power Automate, also doing the same thing. Understand? Next one is text box. We already discussed about the text box in the home, right? Next option is buttons. These are very important. What is a button? Button is nothing but performing an action is called as a button, right? What is the button? Performing an action is called as button. That means when you click on the button, something will perform it, like it will goes to another page, or if you go to the site or anything, the button will be performed, right? So suppose for example, if I'm clicking on this one, Okay, this see here in the buttons there are n number of options is there. Suppose for example in the first option I'm clicking on this left arrow. Okay, in this left arrow, okay, for this button what you need to perform it, okay, that you have to assign it in that particular button itself, then automatically what you assigned it, based on that the button perform action will be happens. Understand? Suppose select the button, in the format pane option is there, in the format there is an action is there, right? You have to on that action, and so in that action, so there is a type is there. Okay, click on this type itself. Suppose for example with this particular button itself I want to navigate from one page to another page itself. I want to do it now. Okay, so in this, so you have to on this particular action itself. Okay, and after that in the type is there, in the type there are different categories of types are there. Bookmark, you can by using these buttons you can enable the bookmarks. By using this button you can enable the drill through. By using this button you can enable the page navigation. By using this button you can connect with the web URL. That means you can go to that particular site also. You can. That means in this button itself, these are the different operation. These are the different types are there. Whichever type you want to, you have to implement in this particular button itself. That type you have to select it here. Suppose I want to go with the page navigation. Page navigation means moving from one page to the another page is called as page navigation. Okay, in this type is you have to select a page navigation, and to which page you need to go, that destination page you have to select it here and click on page one. Suppose I need to go to the page one. Whenever I'm clicking on this page, whenever I'm clicking on this button, I need to go to the destination page. In the destination, what page you need to select it here, it will go to that particular page itself. So let's see, when I click on this button, array, what will happen? When I click on this button, action will be performed, right? But here the action is not performing. Why the action is not performing? Because in Power BI desktop, if you want to perform the button action, if you want to see the button action, then you have to click on Control plus click. Remember, in if you want to perform a button action in the Power BI desktop, you have to click Control plus click. See here, when you mouse over to that particular button, you will see the pop-up window will open, like Control plus click here to follow the link option. You will get it. Understand clearly or not?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, so but once you published into the service with a single click only, the button action will perform. But in the Power BI desktop with the control plus click only, button action will perform it. Let's see. See here, when you click on control plus click on that particular button, then automatically it will go to this particular page itself. See what page it is? Page one. Okay, again. Understand, for page navigation, this is the type you have to use it. Based on that particular type itself, the action of that particular button will be performed. Understand clearly, this is how one way of performing an action. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss more types, what it will be there and everything, all the types we need to discuss it in the tomorrow's class. Okay, we can stop it here, continue tomorrow. Anyone having any doubts in this one?